They told you oatmeal was the healthiest breakfast, the perfect way to start your day after 50. Doctors recommended it. Nutritionists praised it, and the health food industry marketed it as the ultimate heart-healthy, wholesome morning meal. But what if I told you that oatmeal, especially the way most people over 50 eat it, is one of the worst things you can consume for breakfast because it accelerates aging faster than eating sugar directly, destroys your muscle mass, spikes your blood glucose in ways that damage your cells, and sets you up for energy crashes, inflammation, and accelerated cognitive decline? If you're over 60 and want to stay strong, healthy, and look younger, this video is for you. And nutritionists rarely tell you the truth about oatmeal because it contradicts decades of dietary guidelines and threatens the billion-dollar oat industry. Why? Because while everyone's been praising oatmeal as a health food, they've completely ignored what happens to your body after 50 when you eat a breakfast that's almost pure carbohydrates with virtually no protein. Your metabolism has fundamentally changed. Your muscle building capacity has declined, and your body's response to carbohydrates is completely different than it was at 30. And if you're over 50, every breakfast choice either helps you build muscle, stabilize energy, and slow aging, or it triggers muscle breakdown, energy crashes, and cellular damage that ages you faster. Dude, I'm going to reveal exactly why oatmeal is sabotaging your health after 50. What it's doing to your blood sugar, muscles, and brain that you can't see or feel, but is happening every single morning. And what you should eat instead to actually build strength, maintain energy, and slow the aging process. Stay with me until the end because I'll give you the exact breakfast that reverses all the damage oatmeal causes, with specific portions and timing that work even if you've been eating oatmeal for decades. But before I expose why oatmeal might be the worst breakfast choice after 50, if you're serious about making food choices that actually support healthy aging instead of accelerating it, hit that like button right now. Subscribe to this channel for daily evidence-based nutrition strategies that challenge mainstream advice and tell you the truth about what really works after 50. And comment below, have you been eating oatmeal for breakfast thinking it was healthy? Let's talk about what it's really doing to your body. Let's start with the uncomfortable truth about oatmeal and aging that the health food industry doesn't want you to know. Oatmeal has been positioned as the gold standard healthy breakfast for decades. It's whole grain, it has fiber, it can lower cholesterol, it's comforting and filling. All of this is true, but here's what they don't tell you. After 50, your body's nutritional needs change dramatically, and oatmeal fails to meet the most critical needs while causing problems you don't even realize are happening. First, let's talk about what oatmeal actually is from a metabolic perspective. Even steel-cut oats, the supposedly healthiest version, are approximately 70% carbohydrates. 1 cup of cooked oatmeal contains about 27 grams of carbohydrates, but only 5 to 6 grams of protein. That's a 5-to-1 ratio of carbs to protein. For someone over 50 trying to maintain muscle mass and metabolic health, this is a disaster. Here's why. After 50, you develop something called anabolic resistance. Your muscles become less responsive to protein. When you were 30, eating 10 to 15 grams of protein could trigger muscle protein synthesis. After 50, you need 25 to 30 grams of protein at a meal to achieve the same muscle building response. Oatmeal provides only 5 to 6 grams, which is completely insufficient. So what happens? You eat your bowl of oatmeal, your body gets a flood of carbohydrates but almost no protein. And instead of building muscle in the morning when your body is primed for repair after overnight fasting, you stay in a catabolic state. Your body continues breaking down muscle tissue to get the amino acids it needs for vital functions. Day after day, week after week. You're slowly losing muscle mass because your breakfast is failing to provide what your aging body needs most. But the carbohydrate problem is even worse than just missing protein. Oatmeal, despite being a whole grain, has a surprisingly high glycemic impact, especially the instant and quick cooking varieties that most people eat. When you consume a bowl of oatmeal, even without added sugar, your blood glucose spikes rapidly in someone over 50, especially those with any degree of insulin resistance, which affects up to 60% of people over 60. This glucose spike is dramatic and damaging. High blood glucose triggers a process called glycation, where glucose molecules bind to proteins in your body, including collagen in your skin, proteins in your blood vessels, and proteins in your brain. These glycated proteins, called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs, literally age you faster. They make your skin less elastic and more wrinkled. They stiffen your blood vessels, increasing cardiovascular risk, and they contribute to cognitive decline and Alzheimer's disease. Studies show that people with higher levels of glycation, measured by hemoglobin A1C, look older, have more wrinkles, and experience faster cognitive decline than those with lower glycation. Every time you eat a high-carbohydrate breakfast like oatmeal and spike your blood sugar, you're creating more AGEs, literally aging yourself from the inside out. And this happens even if you don't have diabetes. The glucose spike is enough to cause damage. But here's what makes oatmeal even more problematic after 50. The blood sugar spike is followed by an insulin spike. Your pancreas releases large amounts of insulin to bring glucose down. In someone with insulin resistance, even more insulin is required. High insulin does two terrible things for aging. First, it's a potent fat storage hormone. It signals your body to store calories as fat rather than burning them for energy. This is why people who eat carbohydrate-heavy breakfasts, like oatmeal, often struggle with weight gain around the midsection, the most dangerous type of fat storage. Second, high insulin suppresses growth hormone and other hormones involved in muscle maintenance and repair. You're not just failing to build muscle from lack of protein. You're actively suppressing the hormones that build muscle because of the insulin response to carbohydrates. And then comes the crash, 2 to 3 hours after eating oatmeal. As your blood sugar drops from the insulin spike, you experience reactive hypoglycemia, low blood sugar. This manifests as mid-morning fatigue, brain fog, irritability, and intense hunger or cravings for more carbohydrates. You reach for a snack, often something sweet or starchy, creating another glucose spike and insulin surge. You're on a blood sugar roller coaster all day, and it started with that seemingly innocent bowl of oatmeal at breakfast. But there's another problem with oatmeal that most people don't know about. Oats contain phytic acid, an antioxidant that binds to minerals like iron, zinc, calcium, and magnesium, preventing their absorption. After 50, mineral absorption naturally declines. And mineral deficiencies contribute to everything from bone loss to immune dysfunction to cognitive decline. When you eat oatmeal regularly, especially if it's not properly prepared through soaking or fermenting to reduce phytic acid, you're blocking absorption of the very minerals your aging body desperately needs. You might think you're eating a nutritious breakfast, but you're actually creating mineral deficiencies. So what should you eat instead of oatmeal for breakfast after 50? My top recommendation for patients who want to maintain muscle, stabilize blood sugar, support healthy aging, and actually feel energized all morning is simple but scientifically powerful. 2 to 3 eggs, half a cup of full-fat Greek yogurt, and a generous serving of leafy greens like spinach or kale, lightly sautéed or in an omelet. Now, before you worry about cholesterol or tell me that sounds like too much work, Let me explain exactly why this breakfast reverses every problem that oatmeal creates and why it's the most powerful anti-aging breakfast you can eat after 50. Let's start with eggs. 2 to 3 whole eggs provide approximately 12 to 18 grams of high-quality protein with all essential amino acids in perfect ratios. But more importantly, eggs are the richest food source of leucine, the master switch amino acid that triggers muscle protein synthesis. Each egg contains about 0.5 grams of leucine, so 3 eggs give you approximately 1.5 grams. Combined with the protein from Greek yogurt, you're hitting the 2.5 to 3 gram leucine threshold needed to overcome anabolic resistance and actually build muscle in the morning. This is critical. Your muscles need this leucine signal first thing in the morning after the overnight fast to shift from breakdown mode to building mode. Eggs also provide choline, a nutrient that 90% of people are deficient in, especially seniors. Choline is essential for brain health, memory, and the production of acetylcholine, the neurotransmitter that controls muscle contraction. Without adequate choline, your brain-muscle connection weakens. You feel weaker, even if you have muscle tissue, and cognitive function declines. Eggs provide about 150 milligrams of choline each, supporting both muscle function and brain health simultaneously. Eggs contain vitamin D, critical for immune function, bone health, and muscle protein synthesis. They provide all the B vitamins necessary for energy production and nervous system function. They contain lutein and zeaxanthine for eye health, and selenium for thyroid function and antioxidant protection. And the healthy fats in egg yolks slow digestion, preventing any blood sugar spike and providing sustained energy for hours. Now add Greek yogurt. Half a cup of full-fat Greek yogurt provides an additional 10 to 15 grams of protein, primarily casein, which digests slowly and provides a sustained release of amino acids for hours after eating. This sustained protein availability keeps you in an anabolic state throughout the morning, continuously supporting muscle maintenance and repair. Greek yogurt also provides probiotics that support gut health, which directly impacts nutrient absorption, immune function, and even mental health through the gut-brain axis. And the calcium in Greek yogurt, about 15 to 20% of daily needs, supports not just bone health, but also muscle contraction and metabolic function. Finally, the leafy greens. Whether spinach, kale, Swiss chard, or arugula, these vegetables provide magnesium, potassium, vitamin K, folate, and powerful antioxidants. Magnesium supports muscle function, energy production, and hundreds of enzymatic reactions. Potassium regulates blood pressure and muscle function. Vitamin K is essential for bone health and proper calcium metabolism. The antioxidants reduce the inflammation and oxidative stress that drive aging. And the fiber from greens slows digestion even further, ensuring stable blood sugar and sustained satiety. Here's the metabolic magic of this breakfast. Because it's high in protein and healthy fats with minimal carbohydrates, your blood sugar remains stable. No spike, no crash, no insulin surge. Your body burns fat for energy rather than storing it. Your hunger hormones, ghrelin and leptin, are properly regulated, so you feel satisfied for 4 to 5 hours without cravings. Your muscles receive the building blocks and signals they need to maintain and grow. Your brain gets the nutrients it needs for focus and mental clarity, and you avoid the glycation and inflammation that age you from the inside out. Studies comparing high-protein breakfasts to high-carbohydrate breakfasts in older adults consistently show that protein-based breakfasts lead to better muscle mass maintenance, better body composition, more stable energy levels, improved cognitive function, and better overall health outcomes. One study specifically found that people over 60 who consumed at least 25 grams of protein at breakfast maintained significantly more muscle mass and had better physical function scores after 2 years compared to those eating typical carbohydrate-based breakfasts like oatmeal or toast. My patients over 50, 60, 70 who switch from oatmeal or cereal to this egg and Greek yogurt breakfast report dramatic improvements within just 2 weeks. They tell me they have sustained energy all morning without crashes. They don't get hungry before lunch. Their mental clarity improves. They feel physically stronger. And many notice their clothes fitting better as body composition improves. These aren't placeholders. These are real metabolic changes from giving your body what it actually needs after 50. Now, you might be thinking, Doctor, won't eating eggs every day raise my cholesterol? This is one of the most persistent nutrition myths. Multiple large-scale studies have proven that dietary cholesterol from eggs has minimal to no impact on blood cholesterol levels for the vast majority of people. The bigger drivers of unhealthy cholesterol are sugar, refined carbohydrates, and trans fats, all things you're avoiding with this breakfast. In fact, many people see improvements in their cholesterol profile when they switch from carb-heavy breakfasts to protein and fat-based breakfasts because they're reducing inflammation and insulin resistance. If you don't like eggs or can't eat them, you can substitute with other high-quality protein sources. Smoked salmon provides excellent protein plus omega to 3 fatty acids for brain and heart health. Cottage cheese is another option rich in casein protein. Leftover chicken or turkey can work. The key is getting 25 to 30 grams of protein with minimal carbohydrates to achieve the metabolic benefits. You can vary the vegetables too. Add mushrooms for vitamin D and immune support, tomatoes for lycopene, bell peppers for vitamin C, onions for prebiotic fiber. Season with herbs like basil, cilantro, or parsley for additional antioxidants and flavor. The goal is a template: high protein from eggs and yogurt, healthy fats and nutrient-dense vegetables that you can customize to your taste preferences while maintaining the metabolic benefits. So if you're over 50 and serious about maintaining muscle mass, having stable energy all day, preventing the blood sugar spikes that accelerate aging, and giving your body the nutrition it actually needs to stay strong and healthy, then starting tomorrow morning, skip the oatmeal. Instead, cook 2 to 3 eggs, serve them with half a cup of Greek yogurt, and a generous portion of sautéed greens or vegetables. Make this your daily breakfast ritual for 30 days and pay attention to how you feel. Notice your energy levels, your hunger patterns, your mental clarity, your strength and stamina. Compare how you feel at 10 a.m. to how you used to feel after oatmeal. I'm confident you'll never go back to carbohydrate-heavy breakfasts. If this video just changed how you think about the healthiest breakfast after 50, subscribe for more evidence-based nutrition strategies that prioritize what your aging body actually needs. Comment below. Are you ready to ditch the oatmeal and try a protein-powered breakfast? Let's build a community of seniors staying strong through intelligent nutrition.